misalnya Oktober atau Desember, bulan apa, atau last month or last year, atau before pandemi. Terus kita, apalagi kalau mau cerita tentang traveling, ya pasti cerita ya, di sana seru banget ya. Kalau biar kita nggak bete, biar kita nggak, biar nggak monoton, pertama kita I've been there, kedua kita ngomong I went to, sama teman-teman, terus kita bilang, aku ke sana pergi ke pantai gitu kan. Kita bisa bilang apa? Biar nggak sama, nggak went terus, nggak I went to, I went to, I went to, I went to, itu kan bakalan monoton ya. Jadi selain kita I went to, apa kira-kira kata-katanya?
Visited.
Ya,
I
benar
went
ya.
to.
Cool.
I
Correct. Ya, I visited ya. You can,
Visited.
ya. Yeah, good. Yeah, correct. Yeah. We visited. Yeah, we visited like many, misalnya malls or markets, traditional markets like
Museum.
Sepertinya Kak Rama macet. Oke, sekarang saya yang handle berarti. Okay, welcome everyone. Selamat datang teman-teman. Before we start our class, like Mr. Rama said before, we're gonna talk about traveling. But today, I have a game, so I'm gonna share my screen. Everyone, can you see the picture that I've shared?
Yeah.
Okay, there are A, B, C, D, and E.
E.
Okay, so you are A. You are a man who sit down in the chair, and there are 4 people. B, the pregnant woman with a baby. She is carrying a baby. And C is like very old lady. And then D is like injured man. I think, yeah, the leg is broken. And then E, maybe he like drugs addicted or maybe alcoholic, yeah. Any questions? All clear, yeah? We have B, C, D, and E, 4 people. And you are A. And you have to give your seat to one person, only one person. And then the question is who deserves your seat and why? Okay. Ada yang siap langsung jawab or you need to think first? It's the game. It's about psychological games. So decide. It has meaning. When you decide someone, it has meaning on your psychological thing. So please decide. Who's going to answer first? Miss Afriza, okay, please. You are ready, yeah? Okay, please. Which one? Miss Afriza.
Okay. I choose B because she take care of the baby and then she is pregnant also. So I think she is like need some convenience to Intinya she needs to take care of her baby.
Yeah, she needs to take care of her baby and also she's pregnant. Okay, good answer. Anyone else? Choose which one, who deserves your seat and why, please. Yeah, Mr. Sudipyo Atmojo, please.
Absolutely, I will choose C.
C.
Because he is older than the other.
Because she is older than the others. That's it, the reason, or do you have another reason?
No, just that I'm like
All right, yeah. So, because she is older than others. Okay, cool. Anyone? Any other answers? Mr. Afriza chose B, Mr. Sudibyo chose C, and how about the others? Which one?
I think I choose B.
Who is saying?
I
Can you
think
mention your name?
Fira.
Fira. Okay, Miss
Okay.
Fira. Which one?
I choose B because she should carrying more than 2%, the baby and the pregnant one.
Okay, so it's more demanding, yeah, like two
Yeah.
persons, the baby and the baby which is in the womb, because it's pregnant. Cool, good answers. How about the others? Annie, do you want to try? Miss Annie? Yes.
I choose the other answer because what I choose D because there is one because there is people choose D, so I will try to make a reason to I choose D. Okay, I choose D because when I deserve my seat to D, I will mm, um I will make some carry when I berdiri. Jadi
Stand up. Yep.
ya stand up. I will um, give some kayak megangin si B dan si C-nya ini.
Oh, wow. So you will help B and C, and you will give seats to D. All right.
Yes.
That's a kind person. Okay. Another one. The next answer. Who? Please. One last question. One last answer. Who is talking? Can you please mention your name? Nadiska. Is it Nadiska or who? Farida? Siapa tadi? Okay, the last answer, please. Who deserves your seat and why?
I think I would like to answer.
I think
Okay, Mr. Yuris first. Mr.
Yeah,
Yuris, yeah.
Thank Yuris. Thank you. I think the one who deserve the seat is number the B, the
B,
pregnant
yeah.
woman and her child, because the woman carrying more than one person, so that she deserve the seat. Yeah.
Okay. Good answer. The same as before ya, Miss Avriza and Miss Vira. Oke, tadi ada satu lagi, who? Siapa? Please. The last one. Yes. What is your answer? B, C, D, or E?
thank you very much for time given to me. I will answer to a question. I think the woman you have baby because very dangerous if she is stand up.
Dangerous. Okay. Thank you. Very good. So you choose the B because it's gonna be dangerous for the baby and also herself when she's standing up. Okay, very good. But actually there are 3 chairs, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think they are enough for those people. But talking about psychological answers, yeah, I think most of you answers the correct one or the best one or better one. There is no wrong answers. Maybe B, yeah. She's carrying baby and she's pregnant. Maybe if we have to save lives in the future, it's gonna be worth it for the future, for the next generation, or but the future. And this is the answer from my point of view. But of course, there is no wrong answer. But if we talk about future, we're gonna survive and maybe gonna bring the best life in the future. Of course, the children, the baby, and the mother, because he's old already, and maybe why this person is coming, because you say it's injured, he's injured by why it's coming. And of course, A1 is like broken, he's got like drugs, addicted, and alcoholic as well. So yeah, B is the best answer. Congratulations, everyone. Okay, I think Mr. Rama is come back. Where were you before, dude? And Mr. David also, he's here.
Sorry
Maybe
guys, my connection is unstable.
Mr. David, you can say hi to everyone. Welcome everyone here.
Hello, it's good to be back. Good to see you all.
How are you, Mr. David?
I'm very good, thanks. Yeah, I'm having my coffee. It's the evening here, so yeah, it's getting late.
Okay, and how was your day today?
Very good, thanks. It didn't rain. It's winter here, but yeah, it's a little bit cold. And I was working today, so came home. I just had some dinner and
Cool. All right.
yeah.
Okay, so today, David, we're gonna talk about traveling. Like I told you before, we're gonna discuss some phrases or sentences that we need about traveling. When people travel and maybe they meet foreigners, or maybe they need something to do in the airport or maybe restaurants. And of course, we need those phrases or those sentences to be used properly so we can address what we need properly to foreign, like native speakers or foreigners in other countries, especially in English speaking countries. So here, Mr. Rama will lead everyone and maybe we'll ask you some questions. Do you have presentations? You told me you have presentations, like slides. Okay, Mr. Rama, you can lead the students and do
Hello.
Q&A, Mr. David.
Hello, Mr. David. David,
Hello, Rama. Good to see you.
can you hear me? Okay, good to see you too. Okay. Apparently my connections was a little bit unstable, but yeah, I hope you can hear my voice clearly, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So today we are going to talk about like traveling. Perhaps first of all, you want to share us what is the reason for like native like you like outsiders or foreigners to visit some countries, like for example Indonesia. What is they are looking for, and what they are preparing, like what have to be prepared before they go, and like expenses, everything, hotel, and with whom, and at the end of the day, and at the end, I want you to tell one of your stories about your traveling, and the moment, like it is like short break or weekend or anything, something like that. Okay?
Sure.
Sure.
So you just want me to share about some things, some reasons why would foreigners travel to Indonesia or other countries? Well, for me, I was wanting to visit Indonesia to explore the country, to see the sights, to meet the people, to experience the culture, to eat the food, to actually see what life is like in. I've never been to an Asian country, so see what life is like in an Asian country. I have many friends from parts of Asia. So that would be my reason for traveling to Indonesia. Yeah. And I think other people would travel for business and these things as well. But yeah. Funny story. You want me to share a story about traveling? Let me check. Let me think. Okay. When I was 14, I traveled to America. My auntie lives in America, and I've never been before, so I went with my family for her wedding. And so when we went there, we visited different places, and probably one lesson that I learned is that most countries are bigger than New Zealand, and there's so many more people, big population. And so, for example, we were in New York City, walking down the street, and my brother, I turned around and I couldn't see my brother, and he was lost, and there's thousands of people around. And so, yeah, it was the middle of New York City, Manhattan. And so we were trying to find him, trying to look in every shop, looking. Finally, eventually found him. But probably that was like one big culture shock as a young person. It's very easy to get lost in a new country, and very easily to be separated from your family. So that's something I learned quickly. Yeah, stay connected. We didn't have phones or anything, so that was a few years ago. That was my story.
Okay, cool. Okay, so teman-teman tadi dengar ya, when I was 14, like he said I went to, and he said I visited, right? So which mean I was correct, okay? So David, so what is the difference between like excursion, holiday, and vacation?
Okay. Well, for example, it probably is different depending what culture you're in, depending what country you're in. But where I come from, we would say holiday. Americans will say vacation, means the same thing. But an excursion is maybe like, yeah, we don't use that word much either. But it's maybe, for example, a school trip, or just a small trip. I'm trying to think. I have used it sometimes, more for like a school trip or a camp or that type of thing. Yeah. Most of the time we say holiday or trip. I went on a trip to another country. That's how Australians and New Zealanders speak. You know, Kiwi? Kiwi means New Zealander. Yeah. Sometimes I might say Kiwi. I'm just saying someone from New Zealand. Yeah.
Okay. How about the time? Like for example, on the weekend or during like Christmas. So is there any difference between weekend when we go on the weekend and when we go on the special day like Christmas or something like that? Is it like, for example, when we are like off campus, we are still like after finishing semester, we will have like a long free time. So is that the type of holiday the same or different?
Good question. We don't really get particular about those types of things.
I think
We do have public holidays. Yeah, public holidays. But normally if people going away for a trip, they just say, I'm going on holiday. And it doesn't actually matter what day. So yeah, there are public holidays, Christmas Day, Easter, Queen's birthday. We have Labor Day, different holidays, but yeah, New Year holiday. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense.
Okay. Okay, dude. Andika, do you have any other questions before we ask students to like discuss something?
Okay, David, you told me that you did you prepare the material or just no, not yet.
Oh, me?
You said you want to share the screen. Did you remember you said that? Oh no.
Oh, say. Oh no, what I was saying is I wanted to see the people.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. Carry on.
So you're not gonna share the screen, yeah? Okay, maybe I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, talking about the summer break. You know, summer break in Europe or maybe Western culture, it's gonna be very long. It's long break, like 2 months or 3 months. So what you normally do in that holidays? Is it like working or moving to other countries? Because I have so many friends when it comes to summer break, they do like very long journey to other countries. Is it common in New Zealand too? What do you think?
Yeah. Yes. So, for example, many people will take off 4 weeks from off work, at least 2 weeks. Many businesses will close from like before Christmas to after New Year's. Yeah, after New Year for about 2 weeks. But a lot of people will take off 4 weeks. I used to take off 6 weeks in summer. If you visit Australia or New Zealand, many people will go to another part of the country, or they'll go maybe to another country close by. For example, Kiwis will travel to Australia. Australians maybe travel to New Zealand or the Pacific Islands, that type of thing. But for me, every year I travel to the beach, camping. Yeah, you'll see many people camping, barbecue.
Is it solo travel or normally travel with groups or family? Which one is more common?
Yeah, always with groups, mostly with groups. So family or friends. Yeah.
And then talking about the age, like in what age normally foreigners, especially, Western people from New Zealand, they start to travel by themselves to other countries? Because in Indonesia, maybe we are afraid or we are scared to travel in long distance, like other countries, just by ourselves. Should be with family or maybe groups of school. So I think you guys are more independent.
It depends on the safety of the country. For example, traveling to I don't know, some countries in the Middle East are going to be dangerous for anybody. So it's but most people when they travel, there's something called an OE, overseas experience. That's quite a common thing that people will do in their early 20s or somewhere in their 20s, but quite often after they've finished their degree. They want to travel for 1 year or 6 months, something like that. So they might travel to Europe, they might travel to America or somewhere for an experience. Maybe they travel to Indonesia,
Yeah.
So mostly in the 20s if they're
20s.
gonna
Okay.
be. But then it depends. But a lot of those people are backpackers trying to do it cheap and that type of thing as well. Yeah.
And talking about money, like maybe young people in New Zealand, they are earning money like from working, having part-time job, or from their parents because they are rich, and when they travel to cheap country, then it's just okay. It doesn't matter. Or which one, working or asking from the family?
Well, probably both, but I think most people that travel will earn it themselves. It's one thing about being independent. They don't. It will be. For example, I was 14. I said, and I went to America.
Really?
My father said, if you want to come with your mother and I, then you have to pay for your plane ticket. But I was 14 years old, and it's $1,500, you know. But we worked, did jobs, cleaning, delivering newspapers, you know, these things. So it's kind of in the culture. We try to earn our own way, even if we're young. Yeah.
Jadi gitu ya teman-teman ya, di sana usia 14 tahun itu udah part-time job, udah mulai bekerja, dan itu legal, dan itu common juga biasa untuk cari uang, dan nanti kalau long break, kayak summer break, dia biasanya travel to other countries, jadi sangat independen banget. Okay, before we have Q&A, I'm gonna ask you some questions related to expressions that we really need when we travel. Okay, for example, we want to order a coffee. We are so thirsty, or maybe we are so sleepy and we need a coffee. What kind of expressions, David, normally that we need to use?
Okay. So you come to the coffee shop?
And then, yeah,
and
want to order coffee.
So when you come in, they will say, "How can I help you?" And
Yeah. Okay, slowly. How can I help you? Ini penjualnya ya bilang gitu. How can I help you? Nah, teman-teman pasti nervous nih. Aduh gitu ya. Kita ngomong apa, David? What should we say?
Yes, I would like to order a coffee, please.
I would like to order coffee, please.
Mm-hmm.
Is it correct spelling?
Yes.
All right.
Saya mau minum kopi.
Pesan kopi.
And they will say, okay, which type of coffee? What coffee? What coffee would you like? And I would say a large mochaccino.
So, yeah, mention size first, yeah, large, and then the type, mochaccino.
Mochaccino, please.
Mochaccino, please. And then, what they ask normally after you mention these descriptions?
Would you like to pay with? First they say, will that be have here or take away?
Yeah. Say it again. Would be.
Will you have it here or take away?
Will you have here or take away? Jadi minum sini atau bungkus gitu ya. And then when I say,
I'll say I will have here with my.
I will have here with my
friend.
Friends. Is it correct? I will have here. Okay, and then
I will
what?
Have it. Yeah.
Nanti jadi teman-teman bisa di-adjust ya. Misalnya ini coffee, nanti mau pesan apa, jadi tinggal di-change aja subjeknya. Misalkan apa? Juice, shake, milkshake.
How would you like to pay?
Oh iya, pembayaran ya. Di sana nawarin, how would you like to pay? How would you like to pay?
Let's say
Ada how many methods? Two ya, cash and
cash
what?
and FPOS.
Add post. Kalau di luar negeri biasanya pakai add post ya teman-teman. Tinggal klik kayak gitu. Nggak usah masukin pin. If it's under 100, you don't need to put your password or pin ya. Is it correct, David?
Yeah, wait, yeah.
Ya, kalau di Indonesia you have to enter your pin ya. But there just under $100. You say cash. Cash. And then they will say, wait a minute, or what?
They will say that will be $5. Thank you.
Yeah, that will be $5.
They ask, they say that first, and then they say, "How would you like to pay?"
Okay.
And then cash. Yeah, that's the one.
Ya, jadi jangan bingung ya teman-teman ya. Kalau lagi beli di luar negeri, kayak gini biasanya prosedurnya ya. Okay. So thank you so much, David. I think it's gonna be very useful for us when we travel to other countries, especially the method, the phrases, the questions. Maybe we never experienced this kind of questions. Okay, now times for Q&A. Silakan, talking about traveling. Ask, please. Oh ya, Miss Afriza pernah ke Melbourne itu, coba silakan.
Everybody has.
Everybody.
Hello, David.
Hi.
Hello, Afriza.
Yeah. Okay. I want to ask you about other specific preparation do you have when you are traveling?
Okay. So, for example, that's a good question. I was traveling to Fiji 2 years ago. I had to check the visa. How long can I stay in the country for? Do I have to apply for visa? For example, some countries don't need a visa to travel to. Also, vaccinations. Are there dangerous diseases in this country? Are there malaria, mosquitoes, dengue fever, you know, these different ones, tetanus injections. Also, yeah, there's a few health things, health insurance, travel insurance can cover the health aspect while you're traveling. For example, it's very expensive if you end up in hospital. There's other things, but those are probably the first things I'd check. Other things would be, what's the climate? How cold is it going to be when you get there?
The weather, the season.
And also, can you use your mobile phone there? What do you need? Just find these things out. Otherwise, you don't want to find that you have to buy a new phone. And yeah, most countries you can still use the same Visa card. So that's okay. Sometimes it's better to just check where the best place is to get your cash. Sometimes it's cheaper to get it in the country that you're going to, or sometimes it's cheaper to get it before you go. So just check. Those are probably the main things.
Okay. Can you please repeat the main points that you need to bring, Miss Afriza?
Okay.
To make sure that you got everything, yeah. What else?
You must have visa.
Visa.
To enter
country, yeah.
other countries, and then you must have the health insurance like that, and then you must make sure about the weather or season. like that.
Okay, pretty much. Yeah, the common things and
Yeah,
mobile
for
phone.
Well,
example, if you travel to New Zealand, you probably don't need the health. The New Zealand government will pay if you need to go to hospital. So some countries they will pay, some countries they won't. Yeah.
Oh, in New Zealand, the governments will pay the health insurance for free.
Well, they're not the. For example, if you have a accident and you need to go to hospital for emergency, they will pay the emergency bill. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. Wow. In Indonesia, it's not free ya.
No.
Free nggak?
No. Yeah.
Nggak, harus bayar. Mahal. Okay, next.
It's because you have so many people, it's hard to make it free. We don't have many. So.
True. And you are, yeah, in New Zealand's rich country. Okay, Miss Annie raised her hand. Silahkan.
Okay, hello David.
Hello.
Hi.
Because in this occasion talk about traveling, so I want to ask about traveling. After pandemic COVID-19, what places are you planning to visit?
Yeah. So it depends what countries open first, the borders. Most likely it will be the Pacific Islands and Australia. So I will most likely travel to Fiji, but hopefully if every country opens up, then hopefully I'll be back to Indonesia as when it's possible.
I think Indonesia is still dangerous, even maybe until December. Maybe it's correct, right? Yeah. So be careful, yeah, if you want to travel to Indonesia. In New Zealand per day, how many cases for coronavirus?
We have 25.
25 a day, yeah?
We had zero. No,
Zero.
20 total.
Total,
Yeah.
really. But in a day, it's just zero.
We were at zero, then we had people come back into the country and arrive, and then it spread a little bit, but that's mostly contained. So it pretty much mostly in New Zealand everything is normal. We're all working, no problems. Yeah. It's just travel is a restriction.
In Indonesia, we have 1,000 or almost 2,000. Ya, silakan. Siapa? The next. Yep, Mr. Yuris. You can unmute your. Yep.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. David.
Hello.
Hi.
Yuris.
Hi. My name is Yuris. You can call me Yuris, and I'm from Jakarta. Nice to meet you, Mr. David. Yeah. Actually, my biggest dream is holiday or trip to New Zealand, especially road trip using camper van. Yeah. What amazing view and scenery in New Zealand. And I would like to ask you two questions. First, what is your favorite city in Indonesia? What is your the best holiday moment place in Indonesia? And the second thing, I would like to know. Sometimes I saw people in Instagram, in social media, using caption, for example, sweet getaway or escape getaway or something like that. What that terms means? Is that do you use also the caption also, or you also use that terms in your language? I think that's all, and thank you, Mr. David.
Sure. Yeah. First question. Yeah, but thanks for your question, Yuris. Very good. Good point. I haven't been to Indonesia yet, so from what I hear, there's many places to see. So I'm actually looking forward to travel to as many places as I can see. I'm not a average tourist. I like to meet the real people and experience the real culture, not just places where all the people take photos. So I like to probably go to
My
places.
house.
You can make me some food, some
Nasi goreng.
Yeah.
Pisang goreng.
And as far as like getaway, that expression, your getaway destination, it just basically means holiday. It means that getting away from work. It's an expression that people use for a break. They'll also say, for your holiday break, go on a cruise or travel to Bali or something. So it's just another expression for vacation. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Mr. Yuris,
Me,
answer.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, Miss
Mr. David.
Nadiska. Yeah.
Yeah. If I want to go visit to New Zealand, which area do I go to halal food? Where? The restaurant halal food.
Yeah.
Sure. I think to be honest, most places will have the halal food. As far as I know, it's very common. It's very common. So
because there are so many vegetarian, vegan.
Yes, there's many different cultures, many different beliefs, and so they have like everything that you need in most supermarkets and places to eat, butcher, like meat shops, butchers. You know the word butcher? It's where they sell. Yeah.
Many vegetarian. Yes.
Yeah.
There's vegetarian restaurants and all types. I think they do have a lot of variety, so no problems.
Okay, thank you, Mr. David.
No
Ya,
problem.
jadi butcher itu tempat penjual daging ya. Butcher itu biasanya ada halalnya juga yang halal.
Oh, ya.
Atau biasanya ada options vegetarian restaurant karena orang barat itu tren banget ya. Being vegan itu tren banget. Jadi pasti restoran banyak option untuk vegan. Okay. Very good. Thank you, Nadiska.
Thank you.
Next. Yang belum bertanya, silahkan. Oh ya, please. The name is Galaxy A10. Unmute. You can unmute you. Unmute the microphone. Yeah.
Hello, Mr. David. I'm glad to meet you. My name is Siti Sarifat. I live in Ambon. I want to question where you will travel and with beyond.
Sorry, please repeat.
Where you will travel and with beyond.
Okay, so
thank you very much for giving to me.
I clarify ya, Miss. Jadi pakai bahasa Indonesianya gini, kemana Anda mau jalan-jalan dan dengan siapa? Is it correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, David, do you understand when I say it in bahasa? Mau pergi kemana dan dengan siapa?
Mau pergi. So where do I want to travel?
Go, yeah, and with whom?
With who?
With me.
Teman saya.
Teman saya.
Yes, yeah. I want to travel to Jakarta, and really, I want to explore. So I have never been before, so I'm going to look for new places to see and and yeah, make some maybe video, take photos, yeah, experience a new culture, and I'll travel with friends.
Okay. Next ada Mr. Ihsan, please.
Okay, thank you. Hello, David. Nice to see you again. I'm sorry for some noise because I'm on duty right now.
No problem.
Okay, the question is, could you tell us a little bit the unforgettable moment while you were traveling? What was it take place and what happened? Thank you.
Sure. Okay. I got pulled over by a police officer. No, jokes. One story was I was traveling in Samoa, and we were in a remote area, far away from any city, and we had to get to the airport, but it's 4 hours driving, and the truck that I was sitting in, we got stuck in the ditch on the side of the road. And so the truck is not moving because it's stuck, the wheel's spinning. Yeah. And we are waiting, and there's no cars, there's no people anywhere. So we're in the middle of nowhere, and we're waiting, and we're like, oh no, we have to get to this town because early in the morning we have an airplane. So we waited probably another 2 or 3 hours, and then finally, one car went past and they said, we'll come back to help you, and they never came back. And then another vehicle came, and it was a bus with 30 people on. And so when the bus came, the bus stopped, and all the men jumped off the bus, and they all came and pushed our truck, and it got out of the ditch. And so, but we were late, but we managed to get our plane on time. So that was a good story. It was unforgettable.
Where was that? Samoa.
That was in Samoa.
Is it a country or a city? I don't know. Country.
I think you have to have a guardian man while you're traveling. So if you come to my area or my city in Makassar, you have to call me.
Yes.
Call you 911.
You can escort me from the airport with your police car. That would be great.
Okay, nice.
Okay, we have 2 more questions from Santa. Thank you, Mr. Ihsan. Ada Santa Lucia and Dirga Putra. So Santa Lucia first.
Okay, thank you. Hi, David.
Hi.
I want to ask you, what is the interesting culture in New Zealand that make the most people want to go to New Zealand? And the second question, I want to ask you, have you ever find interesting culture in maybe in Indonesia or where? Yeah, what is that?
Thank
Sure.
you.
Okay.
Very good question.
Okay. That's a good question.
Promote your country, David.
Yes. I'll try to be fast because we have 5 minutes, but I don't mind going longer if you want to. But one thing about our culture that's interesting facts, we have in summertime we have barbecue, and we will have any different kinds of food we'll cook on the barbecue. And that's something that that the man always does. So most of the time, no, it's different in every family, but a lot of the times the mother, she cooks, and then when there's the barbecue, that's the man's thing, and he doesn't let anybody else touch it. So it's like a culture thing. So if you come to New Zealand, you'll see the man cooking the things on the barbecue. You'll also see, you'll see people sitting at the beach with a newspaper, you know, like this, with their food on the newspaper, and it's fish that's deep fried and hot chips with tomato sauce. Do you know tomato sauce?
Yeah, saus tomat.
Ketchup, sauce
Ketchup.
tomat.
Saus tomat.
So that's tradition. A lot of people like that. Go to the beach, sit down. It might be even windy and cold, but they still sit there and eat just for fun. Yeah. Those are two things. Another thing you asked about my favorite cultures. I like to learn about all different types of cultures, but I have friends who are from Middle East. They're from Iraq, and they're Kurdish. I have actually several friends from these places, but I love to go to their place, and they cook the traditional rice and dishes, and we all sit on the floor all around, and we eat it with our hands, and it's a really good experience. So I love the Kurdish culture and other Middle Eastern cultures, but also I grew up with neighbors from India, and so I would always have Indian curries as well growing up. So I love every culture, yeah. But I can learn something from all of them.
Di Indonesia kita ada selamatan mungkin ya, di daun pisang makan bareng-bareng. Okay, the last questions from Dirga. Thank you, Miss Santa. The last questions, Mr. Dirga Putra, please. Yep.
Hello.
Thank
Dirga.
you. Hi, David. Nice to see you again. During these pandemic situations, during this pandemic, some countries apply a travel warning or travel ban. I just want to know what do you think about that, and what can you do? When you have a plan to travel another country, but unfortunately they are not open, or because of the regulation, the policy to
Yes.
In your country or for your negara tujuan, ya. I mean,
I think I understand.
So it's more about like travel restrictions.
I just want to know what about and what can we during that travel warning.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Dirga. Very good
Thank
question.
That's a good question. So, for example, I was planning to travel to Indonesia. When the borders closed, I had to cancel my plane tickets. I was able to get mostly refunded, but still, I think some few $100s they didn't give back. For example, if you travel to New Zealand, you're allowed to travel to New Zealand, but you have to spend 2 weeks in isolation. The government has been paying for people to stay in hotels but now I think people have to pay their own hotel, their own isolation. So it takes 2 weeks, and then you can be free to travel. So there are people coming slowly, but yeah, not many. It's mainly the people coming are just people returning back home. Yeah.
So not from other countries, yeah, just people from New Zealand coming back to their countries, to their country. Okay, thank you, Mr. David. So it's gonna be the last questions. That was the last questions, and thank you so much, guys. We will see you again tomorrow. And before we close this class, can you please turn on the video so we can see all of your faces and say bye-bye to Mr. David. Everyone, can you please turn on the video? Yeah, so Mr. David can see your faces.
Hello. Look forward to see you all tomorrow. And
okay, Mr. Hendra, Mr. Dinda or Mr. Dinda? Okay, and Mr. Hendra, one more person. Okay. And thank you so much, everyone. And we're gonna see you again tomorrow. And please say bye-bye to Mr. David and say thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. David.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Bye.
David.
See you tomorrow.
Bye, David.
Thank you.
See you
Bye.
tomorrow.
Mr. David.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.